Brams, and welcome to Starscream Sunday on a Monday. So, doing something a little bit weird today. First couple minutes here is going to be just kind of let you know what's going on. Go ahead, skip ahead. I will see if I can get that little video split thing going on here, if you just want to get to the video. But, just so everyone knows what's going on, I'm in the middle of trying to finish up a couple, like, outright video series, I guess you'd call them. Anyone who remembers, a while back I started looking at a bunch of digital pets and stuff. Well, I still have a pile of like 20 of those things to go through, but there was a couple that I was seeing if I could get a hold of. I have officially had to say the answer is no, I cannot get a hold of these things, because most older Tamagotchis, not very expensive to get a hold of secondhand. Unfortunately, the two that I was hoping to get a hold of, over $100 each. I do not have that kind of YouTube income at the moment, so I'm just going to make videos on the ones I have and then postpone indefinitely on getting those others done. As well as, during the pandemic thing, the big joke was how toilet paper was, the rarest and hardest to find thing. No. For some reason, where I lived, LR44s and CR2032s became just unheard of, impossible to find. And even these are terrible Dollar Tree ones. So I'm hoping these will actually last long enough to let me make the videos on the Tamagotchis that I'm trying to look at. These things do unfortunately die quite quickly in Tamagotchis, but they're all I can find still. So, yay. I'm working on going through all the Bumblebee Studio Series figures, and I am even going to be looking at, thanks to Robbie Bobertson, at some point here, I'm going to be doing a whole series on this insanity. Studio Series Devastator. So, yeah, he hooked me up. I have all 9 robots to this. Yes, I have, whatever the orange foot here is as well. So, yeah, I have all 9 of these to go through. It's going to be a long series. It's a lot to go through. So, while I'm working on those, it's going to be easier for me to keep continuity by just kind of really focusing in on those videos. So, today you're going to get 2 videos. This one and one coming out at, we'll say 1:30. And then, as I'm working on these videos, the only things I'm going to be releasing are on Sundays at my usual time, 1 p.m. Pacific. I will be releasing Starscream Sundays. I have a lot of Starscream figures to go over. He is my favorite character, so I'm going to be making those, and then like every time I finish one of these series, it will be released across, the next week that it was done. And then we're going back to Starscream Sundays while I finish the next series, release it, back to Starscream Sundays. You get the idea. This is going to happen a couple times until I'm done with everything. But enough waffling on. We'll go ahead, get to the figure here. And today's figure, kind of a weird one. I'm not actually 100% sure if I really like this one or not. But this is the Battle Call Starscream Cyberverse figure. I can't remember the exact size class they called this one, because Hasbro's just coming up with new size class names every 3 seconds at this point. It's impossible to keep up. But, yeah, as you can see, we have a Scorpion plane here going on. Yes, this guy does have armor and a weapon, as you can see. They do store in the jet mode. I'm going to go ahead and just rip them off now, get them out of the way. You can see these 2 little ports right there in what will be the chest plate. Those are snapping on right over here. Then if you disconnect the arms, you can go ahead and pull out these little claws. You know, that same clear, kind of sparkly plastic. Yay, clear plastic. See if I can get this guy plugged back together. Same thing over here. Get this out of the way. And plug back in. Yes, big shock. Robot under a jet going on. It's a Starscream figure and a Cyberverse one in particular. Are you shocked? And yeah, here's the chain. We'll look at that more later. For now, here we have Starscream in his standalone jet mode as a jet goes overhead. Wonderful. It's not too bad. I can work with this. It's simple, but it's a decent, very thick and chunky, but decent jet mode. Especially from the top and stuff, it looks pretty okay, other than the kind of obvious hands. Really quick while I'm thinking about it, for comparison, here he is with the Cyberverse Warrior class figure. So you can kind of see how that works out. I already have actually put away my Cyberverse Deluxe figure, but go watch the Cyberverse Deluxe, look at the comparison there, and then look at this comparison. There, you got your comparisons between all three. So yeah, as usual, these parts here that I thought were so cool and made this thing look so awesome are, once again, not here. I really wish we could have gotten like a fancy version of this jet mode, not this kind of mid-step thing that we've been getting since. This is the one I wanted a deluxe of, but beside the point. Yeah, simple little jet former, one landing gear, and then he kind of just relies on his heels to be the back landing gear to at least keep the chest cockpit from scraping. Transformation on this guy is just as easy as you would expect. Come back here, unpeg the legs, little tabs right here, slotting in there. Just unpeg those, flip them around, flatten out the tail fins. Worth mentioning, this tail fin, for some reason, just will not actually sit correctly for me. I don't know why it won't just go down and stay. Haven't been able to fix that, so buyer beware, you might have a weird tail fin, possibly. Don't know. Unpeg the nose here, cockpit, bring it up on that double hinge against his back, and then just unpeg the arms from underneath, which is a little tricky to do. Not that it's like hard or something, but a lot of times when you go to grab, try to unpeg it, the arm will try to bend at the elbow, and you have to not let the elbow bend. You want to bend at the shoulder to unpeg them. But just go ahead, do that, and there you have your Starscream in robot mode. And it's a decent looking Starscream, you know? The robot modes on these Starscream figures have all been pretty good in the Cyberverse line. Posability on him isn't half bad even. He does actually have a rotating head. Just don't turn it around and see how hollow it is. That's a little lame. But he's actually got a rotating head. Shoulders can rotate until the wings get in the way. Outward movement as well. 90 degrees at the elbow. You don't have a bicep swivel or anything, unfortunately, so that bit of posability is missing. The null rays are just permanently molded onto his arms as well. Ball joints in the hips, he can kick forward, he can kick back, kick out, some rotation, really good knee bend, quite a bit over 90 degrees, and the classic, you know, slightly tilted foot mold to put him at an A stance. Overall, still a decent little Starscream figure. The price point especially, this guy only costs a little bit more than a deluxe. And, I mean, he is a little bit bigger than a deluxe as well, as I just transform this guy in 3 seconds. Slightly on camera. And that gun just refuses to stay down. So as you can see, you know, especially the robot mode's quite similar. Less paint and more just plastic molding on this guy, which I'm always okay with. He still has good color variants, and the fact that not a lot of it is paint means not a lot of it will be flaking off over the next few years, which is nice. But yeah, so gimmick-wise, he's got his armor. It does what you'd expect. You can cover him in weird glowing bits of energon. Give him these weird claws. And then, technically what you're supposed to do with the chain thing here, or the scorpion tail, is it's got a port right there on the end. So you actually, at least according to the box art and everything, you hand it to him like that, and then you put the claw on the end of it. So he has like this whip claw thing, which that's actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I like the idea of basically giving Starscream a scorpion get over here chain. That's neat. And then he has 2 big obvious holes here at the top of his chest. There are pegs on the right there on the chest plate. Those just peg in here. Gives him some kind of weird looking cat ears or something. Looks like he's wearing those like Neko headphones or something. Apparently the Starscream is a weeb. But yeah, for a kid, I can see the armor being fun. I do like the claw weapon on the chain. That is neat to me, at least. I can get down with that. But then, as you'll remember, this is actually a Battle Call figure. And, you know, the first 2 Battle Call figures that came out, they were like Commander or something. They were supposed to be pretty cool, because, you know, it was Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. You talk to them, and they did things in response. You know, they'd pop out their armor. This guy's quite a bit smaller, substantially cheaper. So what does his gimmick do? Nothing nearly as cool. So he's got a power switch right up here on his shoulder. We'll go ahead and switch it on. And if I talk to him, the light bulb in his chest will get brighter, and then it will, if you make it bright enough, it'll do this weird little flash and pulse thing. And then it just waits to be talked at again. Until it does that again. Because, where I'm recording, the backdrop and everything, it's echoing really hard on him. So he just keeps doing that. Yeah, that's your, Battle Call Energon power, or whatever they called it. You know, it's a good thing that he's a pretty solid figure on his own. I mean, of the kid-grade Starscream figures they've released, I would easily say this is the best of the Cyberverse Starscreams. I mean, no, it is not on par with the deluxe version by a mile. The deluxe version is something special. I do not feel like transforming this thing right now, but, you know, I went and got it out. This version looks good. This one is good. I'm sorry, I'm going stupid from the heat right now. The negative 10 degrees heat. But yeah, this guy is probably the best of the not Cyberverse Deluxe figures. And this one I definitely wouldn't recommend for a kid, actually. His transformation's pretty exact and a tiny bit fiddly, if we're going to be honest. There's a reason I don't want to do it again. But, you know, if you're at the store and your options are this or like $6 more, get this with, you know, the armor and the light thing definitely go with this one. This is the best version of kid grade Cyberverse Starscream by a mile. Worth checking out. Kind of fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. As you can tell, I'm a little overwhelmed with what I have to get working on here next. But thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking through this insanity with me. Hopefully these big video series will be worth it. And I will see you guys next time.